Hey guys, welcome back to Night Owl Yoga. My name is Bobby, and first thing tonight, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's already subscribed to the channel. We just passed 200, which nice little milestone for our young channel here. I'm really glad you guys are watching and really glad you all are enjoying the videos. So tonight, another full body stretch night, and later this week, we'll post some more yin yoga videos. That one we posted last week was a real hit, so we'll definitely be adding more yin yoga to the rotation. But beyond that, I think that's all I got, so we can go ahead and get started. First pose tonight, we'll start off with our legs in butterfly, so feet together, knees wide, and not really pushing anything yet, just letting the legs relax and be comfortable there. Place your fingertips on the ground behind where you're seated. Lift up your chest, arch your back a little bit, and then wherever you're at in your breath, exhale everything out. Draw belly to spine. Now take a slow inhale through your nose. Feel your breath lift your chest. Keep your chest lifted. Exhale everything out. Same thing again. Inhale, feel the breath lift the chest. Relax your neck backwards. And then sigh this one out of your mouth, like one more. Big inhale through the nose. Hold for a moment when you're full. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale out your mouth. Yeah, pick your spine back up to the middle. Okay, we'll leave our legs right here. Place your left hand on the ground out to the left. Hang your left ear towards your left shoulder. And reach your right hand away towards the ground at about 45 degrees. Okay, we're working into this next stretch. Might feel good to move your head a little bit at first. I like to rotate the chin up and down. Kind of feels to me like I'm flossing into the neck. And then when I find that tightest spot, I'm gonna hang out there and let the breath get to work. Okay? Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, relax your cheeks and your jaw. Okay, inhale, even slower and smoother. Exhale, reach out through your right hand like you're trying to touch the ground. Inhale, lift up your chest and collarbones. Exhale, slide shoulder blades away from the ears. Feel the neck stretch getting deeper. Allow your neck to let go. And pick your head up. Reach out through your right hand. The head will follow it. Other side. Right hand on the ground out to your right. Spread out your fingers nice and wide on the left hand. Reach it towards the ground, hovering it above the floor. And same thing. Let's use a little movement at first. Chin side to side. Floss there into the neck. Little chin up, chin down might feel good as well. And pick a spot. Probably where it feels the tightest. Start to breathe slowly and audibly through your nose. Each exhale, your head gets a little heavier. Inhale, let the breath lift up your posture, lift up your chest. Keep all that lifted. Exhale, draw shoulder blades away from ears. Let's get one more. Inhale, visualize your neck inflating. Exhale, let head get even heavier. Surrender to gravity. And reach out through your left hand. Pull your spine back to neutral. Okay. Now we'll go hands on the feet. Inhale, arch your back slightly. And exhale, begin to bend forward. And not pushing it too much yet. Let's say gravity does 95% of the work. can stay right there. I'll turn sideways for the camera. And I'll bring your awareness to your lower back. And imagine you want to touch your sacrum to the ground. Just reach your low back directly back behind you. Now spread out your toes. That firmness in the feet will help the hips to open. Inhale, lift slightly, lengthen your low back even further. Exhale, draw low belly in, send collarbones towards feet. Inhale, reach out to your head like a turtle coming out of the shell. Exhale, relax your neck. Move the shoulder blades away from the ears. And just embrace that feeling in your legs, like you're falling into that tension in slow motion. And lift your spine back up. Good idea to use the hands to close the legs, you know, not reactivating that stuff too quickly. Stand up, and we're coming into Ragdoll pose. So stand with your feet about hip width apart. Generous bend in the knees, that way you feel the low back elongate. And you can put your arms anywhere you like. The most common arm position, grabbing opposite elbows. My favorite, I'll just plop the back of the hands down right here by the feet. Sway your hips from side to side. Right, and you just let your spine ragdoll, right? Completely relax. Visualize those little spaces between the backbones opening up. And we'll hang out another breath or two. Inhale audibly. Like a sigh of relief, exhale. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lift your spine up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And I hope each one felt a little smoother there. Plant your hands near the front of your yoga mat. Step your right leg backwards. Starting off in this runner's lunge position. So left foot near the front of the mat, right foot really as far back there as it'll go. Yeah. Plant your right hand firmly on the ground with your toes in line with those fingers that are on the ground. Yeah. Yeah. Reach the other arm up towards the ceiling. And nice juicy twist for the back. Rotate through lower back, then middle back, then upper back. And finally let your neck rotate. Breathe into your side bodies. And that audible breath is where the magic happens. And bring your left hand to the ground. And step your left foot back to meet up with your right foot. And let's just bring it down to the mat. Yeah, drop up here onto your elbows. Yeah, Sphinx pose. Place your palms into the ground. Root your thighs into the mat. And then feel for using your arms to traction your ribs away from your pubic bone. Core gets a little longer. And lift up through your head. Turtle comes out of the shell again. Draw bottoms of the shoulder blades together. That little move with the shoulder blades creates a lot of space for upper back. Reset your hands underneath your chest. Downward facing dog. Hips go up and backwards. And I like to move a lot in my down dog, so let's spread out the fingers as wide as they'll go, and then just get the legs moving. Yeah, so my palms are firmly planted. And then as the knees go back and forth, just the more and more the hips and hamstrings start to open. And again, back to the hands. The more rooted the hands are, the more freedom of movement the legs get. Now shift awareness to the shoulders. And just 3 or 4 times, sway the shoulders forward and back. You know, up to that push-up position and back to down dog again. And each time you send your chest towards the knees, look for that upper back stretch. Yeah, get nice and warm now. And now step your right foot forward in between your hands. And send up that lunge here on this side. So again, the alignment, I like these front fingers lined up with the toes. It doesn't have to be perfect though, you know, it's not an exact science. Twist your right hand towards the ceiling. Feel for that nice even twist through low back, middle back, upper back. I like to squeeze my core when I'm twisted. Feels like I'm wringing out that towel, spine being the towel in this case. And then I'll relax the core, back it off. That towel fills up with fresh water. And bring your right hand to the ground. Step your left foot to the front of your yoga mat. And another forward fold, so knees about hip width apart. Let's bend the knees until you can get a good grip on your big toes. Yeah, so you make little hooks with the fingers. You slide them right in where the flip-flops would go. Good secure grip. Firm up your toes so you have something pretty sturdy to pull on. And then I'll back off a little with inhale. And just give it some strength with exhale. Yeah. And one good breath will give you more release than 10 breaths where you weren't paying attention. Feel low back lengthen, feel hamstrings lengthen. Send sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Maybe chest creeps a little bit lower. That audible breath creates the magic. Can't say that enough. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider. Squat down, Malasana, or yoga squat. Yeah, elbows right into the inner thighs. Thumbs line up with sternum. Yeah. Start to elongate your back. Yeah, head reaches away from the shoulders. Send your tailbone and sacrum towards the ground behind you. And then just a steady pressure. Elbows squeeze into knees, knees squeeze back into elbows. Yeah, this is the yoga mat. Forward fold. So just pop the hips up, make the feet parallel again. One good exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. Now a low lunge, step your left leg backwards. Set your knee down on the yoga mat. Okay, so we can either go hands up to the knees here, or we could take the arms up to the ceiling. Yeah, just whichever feels good. I'm gonna stick with hands on knees today for myself. Draw your low belly in. Send your hips forward and towards the ground. And everything above your belt line, start to lengthen it up and away from your hips. Yeah. Biggest sensation, stretch there in the front of the left hip flexor. Hands to the yoga mat. Step back. Lay down on your stomach. Okay, Cobra pose. Hands right below shoulders. Start to lift up the spine. Keep a slight bend in the elbows. Roll your shoulder blades away from the ears. And emphasize that arching in upper back. Lower back stays long, upper back gets the action. Downward facing dog. Let's get the hips backwards. Yeah, three-legged dog. So step the left foot to the middle of your mat. Pick up the right leg. And stack up the hips. Right hip above left. And you can either just hang out, or you can move around that lifted leg if it feels good. A couple big circles. Okay. And then we'll switch legs. Right foot to the ground. Left leg up towards the ceiling. Not about y'all, but I just heard my hip click. Nice, good release. That low lunge. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Right knee comes down to the mat. And again, hands can come to the left knee, or reach your hands up to the ceiling. Yeah. Everything below your belt line, send it forward and towards the ground. And everything above your belt line, lengthen it up and away. And there's an element of trust here. Just trust that stretch in your left hip, right? Like you're just going to allow it to fall in slow motion. Hands to the front of your yoga mat. Step your right foot forward, meeting it up with the left. Just lift up halfway. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And exhale, refold. Squeeze shoulder blades together. And you can start to add in that shoulder stretch. Arch the hands up and away from the low back. Feel that opening across the chest and shoulders. I like to move my head around. This bind, it really helps to floss out the neck. Maybe that exhale you feel release from all along your back. Yeah, y'all heard my voice change when I tried to say that. It's because I got a lot of tension here in upper back. Yeah, the pleasure of release. Bring hands to low back. Take feet wider. Squat back down. Another look here at Dharmalasana. Elbows to the knees. Yeah. Lift your sternum towards the thumbs. Knees press into elbows. Elbows press back into knees. And I bet this would be a good spot to slow my breath back down. Slower the better. Inhale through the nose. Slower the better. Exhale out of your nose. And back that one off. Go ahead and come down to a seat and lay all the way down on your back. I have the needle pose. So first you just lay down. Okay. Looks like I was in a chair that fell backwards. Cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Right knee starts to rotate away from your body. And then take a hold of your left leg. Okay. We can either grab the shin bone here, or you can hold on to the back of your hamstring. Let your head relax backwards. As you hug your legs into your body, feel for a stretch in your right outer thigh. And what else can I say? We're just going to let it breathe. And slowly let go. Flip it over, other side. Again, any secure grip, it's all fair game. Slow, audible breath through the nose. Every time you exhale, feel for something releasing in your hip. Yeah, when you get the breath just right, that's what makes the difference between just a stretch and an actual release. Alright, let that one go. Full body stretch, so reach your legs all the way out in that direction. Arms up over your head. bring your arms out to the sides like a letter T. Bring both knees into your body. Yeah. Pick up your hips, scoot them a little to your left. Then rotate your knees over to your right. It's a supine twist position. Your head can look straight at the ceiling, or you can look over at your left hand. Relax your upper back, middle back, and lower back. Yeah. And maybe you could even relax the little spaces in between your backbones. Smooth out the breathing. And rotate back to the middle. Other side. Scoot the hips slightly towards the right side of your yoga mat. Knees rotate over to the left. Maybe look at the ceiling. Maybe look off to your right. And roll your shoulder blades away from your ears. Then let your arms be heavy. Let your chest feel heavy. Let your upper back feel heavy. Let your mid back and lower back begin to release. And if you're starting to get really in tune with your back, I bet you could even relax those little spaces in between the backbones. Rotate back to the middle. Adjust your hips so your spine feels pretty straight. Grab both shins. Let's just give that one nice little squeeze. Yeah. Just giving the legs a big hug. Yeah. Roll over to your side. And come up to a seated position from there. Alright, so just in whatever position is most comfortable for you to sit. Lift up your ribs so there's more space for your lungs in here. Get the final cleansing breath together. So wherever you're at in your breath, exhale everything out. Inhale through the nose, filling up all the space in your torso. Hold it when you're full. And from your mouth, exhale everything out. Okay, you can blink open your eyes if they're closed. Feel free to move your body any way that feels good. And that's our practice for the night. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions for me or requests for next time, leave those in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't already, please support the channel by subscribing. Till the next one.